Good morning. The hayfield is looking good. The grass is all down. Unfortunately, I'm wearing a sweatshirt this morning. The sun is out, it's starting to feel good. Right now it's about 58 degrees out and the high today is 65. It wasn't supposed to be that way. So I'm not sure how good a drying weather we're gonna have today. Let's check the grass. So it's looking good. I mean, it's getting there, but it's still wet. This area I'm in right now is definitely the thicker spot. So let's kind of go up and see what some of the thinner areas look like. Maybe they're dried better and we can work with what we can work with today at this point and then leave the other stuff to finish drying. It looks like there's a chance of rain tonight, so that's not good. But then after that, we're gonna have some cooler weather for the next few days, so it should be able to dry just fine. Let's check out over here. Looking better over here because it's not as thick. Still not dry. The stuff that's dry, I don't know if you can hear that. It's dry, but the stuff that's didn't dry yet is still too wet. I'm just disappointed that it's not going to be as warm today as what they were originally calling for, but it's still a good breeze, so we got to come up with the game plan. We're going to take the tedder off and we're going to start setting up our wheel rake. I want to get the windrow width made between 48 and 50 inches. I'll probably go for 48 inches, and that way if it gets a little bit bigger, we can adjust it from there. So our crone baler, its opening is about 50 inches. So if we go 48 inches, it'll give us a little bit wiggle room. We can always shrink it up a little bit more too, but it's a nice thing with the wheel rake is we can adjust our windrow width. So it makes the windrows a lot nicer. But yeah, it is looking good. Just disappointed that it's as cold as it is. We've been having a cold, wet spring. It's not quite summer yet, but soon. So trying to take advantage of some of the weather while we have it, because the rain and the cold has been weird. But yeah, man, that's so beautiful out there. All right, let me unhook the tedder. It is actually starting to warm up pretty nicely, pretty quickly, but the clouds are coming back in. So maybe it won't stay this warm. If it stays warm like this, the sweatshirt's coming off because I'm already sweating, but them clouds keep rolling back in and covering up the sun, so. We're all disconnected from the tedder. Let's get hooked up to the hay rake. We're using an Ironcraft BR12 hay rake. And when I assembled it, I put this tongue on in the middle because I said, well, it might be close, we might not be, but we're going to go in the center. We're going to go all the way to the top now. So we're just going to undo these two bolts. And then this is just going to get raised up. Like so. No, we want to go to the lower, sorry. We're going to the lower ones. And this way. I can jack it back up and we won't be so low to the ground. All right, let me back up and see how that height is.
jumped to the side by side to come check on Azalea and Harriet, as I couldn't see them from the house, so I was coming down to check on them, and I seen something I've never seen here before. Oh, he sees me. It definitely looks like a snapper because it's got little triangles on the back. I don't know where he came from. Well, Azalea and Harriet are doing good, just hanging out in the shade. It is probably about 65 today, maybe. It's a little bit chilly. I mean, I feel like I need another coat. They're doing good. They have another shelter over in the pasture, but they like it right here. They move different spots during the day. Taking a little snooze. Right, Azalea?
All right, this rake only has one hydraulic to unfold the arm, so let's get it unfolded. We'll get everything set up. And there's no PTO shaft. It's all ground driven. I almost forgot, first time setting it up, we gotta adjust our windrow. We gotta go faster too. So that is a little bit too wide. Actually, it's not too bad. That's 56 and that's 60. So we'll put that at probably like 46 and then try it. So I'm gonna raise it up. I gotta adjust my arms in. And what this does is it pulls in the hay and it's flipping it as it's going. So it's curling it up and in, and we want a nice tight row. We're just not going fast enough yet. All right, so these arms right here, I'm gonna expand them and it'll close that gap. And I wanna do each side evenly, if that makes sense. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so we did 8 turns on each side. That gives us 45. I think that might work. Let's go down. We'll go down the straightaway and then we'll stop and check. Let's try it again. Let's stop and check it. That is doing a really good job cleaning up the hay. You can see where I had tire tracks where I ran over it with my tires before I mowed. That didn't get cut all the way. That windrow is looking nice. We're flopping up the stuff from the bottom, putting it on the top. I'm liking the wheel pressure on the tines. So let's keep going. I think it looks good. It's definitely warming up. I should probably take my sweatshirt off, but I'm not convinced it's gonna stay this warm, so let's see what we can do. It's going good. I'm liking it. I'm just hoping the weather stays good enough so we can get it baled up tonight. Maybe it'll finish drying. We'll find out. I wonder if we'll find the GoPro today. That is the real question. I know I'm staying too far away from the edge. I'm just trying to learn everything still, so I'd rather leave a little bit of extra hay behind than mess up some of the time. We'll get it dialed in over time. It's picking up a big swath. It picks up around 19 to 20 feet at a time. So that is really awesome. This is some nice thick hay right here. Now the hay's thinned out some. Now we're getting into the thick stuff again. So it's very patchy. It will be thick, thin, thick, thin. We're gonna have to get these fields in a little bit better shape, but the best thing is they've only been hayed, I don't know for how many years, but for quite a while. They've never had any chemical fertilizer sprayed on it. So that I really love. Coming into a thick spot again. It keeps changing. Real thick. Now we're working on our second pass, so I gotta keep an eye on how far set over I can stay. You would think we would find the GoPro by now, or we should at least find it by the end of the day today with all this raking. All right, third pass. It's going good. I think it's been 15, 20 minutes. We're starting that third pass. I like it. I'm breaking the field up into two pieces. It's been not even a half hour of going around, and I'm gonna say we're about halfway done with this main piece, and then we'll go over there and do that one. So maybe it's gonna take 2 hours to get this raked up. I gotta move my truck. I might have hit the back of it going around with the last pass. We'll see. The grass is looking really good. The Ironcraft BR12 is doing an awesome job. Look at this. It's flipping it up from the bottom and fluffing it up and getting air in there. That looks so cool. Bam. So it's bringing the wet stuff up and letting the air get in there to dry it. I'm gonna say it's probably 60 degrees out right now. There's a good breeze going, so that's really gonna help it dry. I'm hoping it helps enough so we can finish today. Yep, I did hit the truck. It's just an honor badge, like, hey, we're a farm truck. We get scraped by hay rakes. Not the end of the world. Gives it character. That's what I'm gonna tell Gina. And all of you in the comments that are giving me hate right now. I'm gonna move it out of the way now. All right, truck's moved. We don't gotta worry about scratching it anymore. All right, we got the first section all done. Definitely a little bit of a learning curve when it comes to finishing off small, tight areas with a big rake like this. But I think I got it figured out. I didn't video it because it's kind of like the heat of the moment stuff. You just gotta stop doing it, otherwise you won't get it done and you'll be in trouble. So yeah, I'll show you what it looks like in a minute. Let's drop the rake and go this way. So far so good. Other than the little mishaps, I ended up getting a big ball. So I was trying to go grab stuff and got caught up in another row, and yeah. So I've learned to pick up one side of the rake when you get to the tight areas and just stop spinning around. That seems to work the best. So. For the small little spots, I went down there, finished it, picked it up, turned around. We got a small little swath right here. I'm gonna drop the rake. We're gonna do just a little bit, and then we're gonna get back on the other side. Once I get to an area of my once I get to an area of my rake, it's going to hit the other windrows. I gotta stop and pick it up. Like right now. Alright, so now we're gonna go back to the other field, continue that way. Now we'll go back up here, this part of the field, and keep going. Alright, so now I'll drop the rake. We'll go that way. The way I'm doing it. Definitely getting warm now, but I don't want to stop taking off the sweatshirt. We're almost done. I'd say maybe another 15 minutes of raking, and then we'll be all done. So I hate to stop just for that. We'll bear through it. Definitely a learning curve for this big rake, but it's fun actually. It's kind of like a game. How you can get your rows done without getting into too much trouble. I got into trouble up above, and I've kind of learned from there now, so keep you on your toes. It's interesting. My main brain is thinking, what's the best way to do it in the future, and then just different fields. These aren't the only fields we have to do. So yeah, it's fun. It's exciting. We plugged up right there. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. Let's see. This is where it happened. Come down here. So far it's looking good. our row, which isn't very big, pick up our rake, and then back up and turn around and do it all over again. All right, that's it. Let's head back to the truck. All right, we did that all in about 2.5 hours. That's with me having to learn the machine and unplug it a couple of times because I plugged it. But it was a good learning experience. This rake works awesome. It goes fast. So same with the tedder. We did both of them in about 2.5 hours, tedding and raking. The mowing was 9 hours, so the mowing is definitely my weak link. So if I actually would have got this all mowed quicker the day we did the mowing, I could have tedded it that day and it might have been drier sooner. But then on the same hand, we got a little bit of rain that night, so it was probably a good thing I was in the windrows. I don't know, but definitely mowing. A mower is what I'm gonna have to keep my eyes out for next. I would like to get one twice as wide and make it so I can actually mow the same speed. I was mowing around 6 miles an hour, so I want a mower that's say 10 feet wide mowing and can mow around 6 miles per hour. Because if I can't mow the same speed, I'm not gaining anything, if that makes sense. The one thing I would be gaining is less compaction because I'm not having to go drive the tractor around as much. So like right now when I'm mowing, I'm having to put my tire tracks like every 5.5 feet, if that makes sense. So that would be nice also to have a wider mower, so that way you're not having to pack down an area as much. That looks so cool, guys. I like the looks of that. The grass is looking good. It's making the sound you want it to make to know it's dry. And it's been fluffed up nicely. So yeah, maybe another hour or two sitting and we'll be ready to bale it. That would be awesome. If it was just a whisker warmer today, it probably would be dry by now, but we get what we get. Let's go grab the round baler and get that over here. The 754 and the BR12 hay rake did an awesome job. We can take it off now and then I can go pick up the baler. I'm gonna at least try doing one bale with this baler, make sure everything is good, and then we'll check it and see. I have not used this baler yet, so I want to at least try it out while we got some time. Not sure if we'll be able to bale them all up today or not, but we're gonna get at least one bale made, and then we can see if we need to make any adjustments on the baler. You got the big, heavy, thick areas, and it's got the thicker grass all here. And then down here, it's thinner. It's a different kind of grass. And this stuff is definitely dry. So I'm gonna start down here after we get the baler and try baling this section. Got it. All right, so this has a push button electric string. I'm not gonna say tie because it doesn't tie, it wraps it. And then we got our European style electrical plug. This is wired up for that. We have one hydraulic rope that changes it so we can open up the tailgate or drop the feed rail. And I'm not gonna drop the feed rail yet until we get over there. But let's get over there. And then I think we're ready to go. Gonna drop the inlet feeder. All right, let's lower down the feed head. Now we'll put it on tailgate mode. Done. Let's start the PTO and make some hay. Bale seems to be growing evenly, which is good. Stringer doesn't seem to be working. Gotta get out and take a peek at it. All right, let's try it again. I think I got it figured out. All right, so now we'll open up the door. It'll be our first hay bale we've ever made, guys. We gotta go look at it, see how we did. Look at that, our first hay bale. That's tight. Wow. Beautiful. That's the first hay bale we've ever made, guys. I'm pretty proud of myself. Never done any of this before. I've had some not very well sleep the last few nights, being worried. Yeah, I am excited. Keep an eye on it. We're going to do some more. The hay looks pretty good. I will say that is a tight bale. I'm just thrilled, guys. Whew. Feels good to have our first bale in. I think we'll have to check the hay, see if we should keep going. We're gonna make one more and see how the next bale is for moisture content. All right, let's check the moisture content and see how this bale is. Yeah, this one's definitely damp, I should say, a little bit. All right, I just made my third hay bale. The first one was good. The second one was good on the inside. The outside edge is a little on the wetter side, a little more damp, I should say. And I didn't care for that. These lower rows are kind of like that one, spotty, like some spots are really good, some spots aren't. This one, I mean, it's right there. I think it's right there, like we can go either way with it, if that makes sense. I'm still contemplating, do I keep baling or do I wait? If we get any rain tonight, right now they're calling for like just a whisker of rain. If it was 10 degrees warmer today, this stuff would be ready 100%. I'm just a little, I don't know, like that sounds so crackly. I just don't want to bale it if it's not 100% ready, but I don't want to wait if I don't need to. The crone might not make a pretty bale, but I'm impressed with how tight that bale is. I will say another thing kinda I'm learning as I'm going is baling on a hillside. No matter what, the baler kinda wants to kinda go down, so it's hard to get a more even bale. You gotta really pay attention and ride here. Even if you think you're center, the baler wants to kinda go at an angle, so that I'm learning, but it's working good. I'm not selling these bales, so if they're not even, the cows will have to deal with an uneven bale. They might not stack as nice either, but we'll get it figured out as we go. All right, we're gonna call it there for the day. Unfortunately, we're not having a consistent dry. It is very, like, I think a lot of it depends on the contour of the land, is how dry it is. The stuff that's up higher is definitely drier. The first bale we made on the other low side was dry. The stuff up high was dry. That second bale was, some of it was really dry, some of it was a little like damp still. This one, we first started, it was good, and then it's just a little, it's not bad, but it's just not 100% there, so I don't want to push it because who knows how the rest of it gets. The weather is looking better, so they're calling for 0.03 of an inch of rain tonight, and we got a 38% chance of that, and then we have some sun for a few days after that in the 70s. So I am thinking we're just going to let it sit and let it finish drying for another day or two, and then we'll come back out and bale it up and pick it up. Interesting to see how many bales we get. This is already our fourth one, and I don't feel like we touched any grass, so it's definitely going to be interesting to see how that works. The chrome baler is working good. The issue that happened is I was holding the button down, but the string wasn't grabbing. It's the first time I use this one. It's electric, so I was expecting to kind of hear the motor. I'd hear like a click, and then nothing was happening. Well, the string wasn't in further enough, so the hay wasn't picking it up, and it doesn't, like, the motor doesn't stay running if your finger's off the button. You just hear a click, and then it loosens up a couple of wheels. I'll show you. So there's an electric motor in here. You hit the button inside, and it loosens this up, so it can get pulled in. So I was expecting this motor to kind of like do something or see something move, but you don't. It just loosens it up. So the string down in there wasn't further enough to get picked up by the grass. So then once I've got that figured out and I threw more string in, it worked just fine. So that was the issue with that, is just learning, not using it before. The hay is cut, it is all tedded and raked. It is looking good, but just wasn't warm enough today to finish drying it. It's actually looking like really nice hay. It's still green. I'm looking forward to it, guys. Just stinks. I wish we could finish baling tonight, but we can't, unfortunately. But luckily we have holding off weather, so we'll be able to finish getting this in. And it'll be interesting to see how many bales we got. We got probably about 15 to 20 acres. This is probably around 20 acres, but there's an area I didn't mow because it was wet. So there's a little like rectangle that I cut off. So I don't think that was quite 5 acres. So maybe this is like 15 to 18 acres. I'm having fun. Was super nervous the first 2 days for sure. I've never done any mowing and hay baling on my own. I've helped neighbors pick up hay, but I've never like done the process of it. I've seen people do it and like read about it and talked about it and watched videos on it, but super nervous the first couple of days, like not knowing how long is this gonna take? What am I getting myself in for? Looking at the weather, I said, let's just mow it all. I don't want to do it in chunks. I want to get it all done. It's actually warming up nice right now, which is crazy. I want to get it all done. Today was supposed to be another 70-degree day, but it's only in the 60s. So if we would have had this third day in the 70s, I think we would have been good. But now that the rain's holding off, we're just gonna have to let it sit more, and then we can go and get it. But yeah, it feels good to have it all down. Just waiting on Mother Nature to finish doing her part, but she's doing it. So this is where we're gonna end this video. Thanks for coming along on our haying journey. The first time doing any of this. If you have any recommendations, leave it down below. If you have any recommendations on a good mower that I can mow like around 6 miles per hour, that'll cut around 9 feet at once, let me know. But I don't want to spend a ton of money. We're trying to keep stuff affordable, so that's why I got the mower we did. So thanks for any advice in advance. It's appreciated. I'll see you guys right back here in the next video. We'll be back out in this field. Bye.